What's up, guys? In this video, we're going to talk about how to do Amazon product research without using Jungle Scout. Now, Jungle Scout is obviously my favorite product research tool, and I definitely highly recommend it. I've got a link right below this video where you can get it for 50% off. That's a special discount code that they hooked me up with. But let's say you don't have Jungle Scout. Maybe you don't want to use Jungle Scout. You don't want to invest in Jungle Scout. Or, my personal preference, you want to look at other strategies of doing product research in addition to Jungle Scout. So you want to check the numbers on Jungle Scout, right? And look for products that are profitable, products that you can get inspiration for ideas to sell. But you also want to think outside the box because let's be honest, everyone else out there that's watching YouTube videos just like this one, that's listening to Amazon podcasts like mine, they're doing product research using Jungle Scout, using Helium 10, Amazon Scout, whatever software that they want to use. They're putting in all the criteria and they're all finding the same products. Like that's just how it is. That's just how it's going to be. You're all going to find the same exact products in your specific categories. So then what happens is everyone over the next couple years starts selling all the same products, and then that gets really saturated, and then new products pop up. Same thing. Everyone starts selling those products. And it's just kind of this weird little cycle that you see of people all trying to sell the same stuff over and over because they're only using those Amazon product research tools to find products to sell. Well, let's talk about a few different ways that you can find products to sell outside of using Jungle Scout. The first thing that you can look at is Google Trends. You can look for things that are potentially trending and think about what types of products you could create or what type of brands you could create around that. Now, for example, I just searched here in Google Trends sports cards because I just know as of right now, that's a topic that's definitely trending. And if you look at the Google Trend data here, you can see that for a long time, it was pretty constant, pretty stagnant for the past, I'm looking at, I think the past 5 years. But then right about here, November of 2019, we're seeing a really big spike. And I think it's going to continue to increase for some time. Now, I'm not suggesting that maybe there's a product revolved around sports cards, maybe a book or card holders. I don't know, something revolved around sports cards. But this is just like the mindset that you want to be in is you just want to think to yourself. And you can see these types of trends by just simply paying attention on social media. Now, I know that we all use social media for different purposes, but just be aware of what's happening on social media. Another phenomenon that's going on right now in the trading card world is Pokemon cards. We're coming up on the 25th anniversary of Pokemon, and I'm seeing it all over the place. Like even big influencers on YouTube, Logan Paul, Gary Vaynerchuk, even like celebrities like the rapper Logic, who everyone says I look like Logic. I don't know why. Logic just bought like $20,000 worth of Pokemon cards. So things like that are kind of trending. You can think, like, is this a fad or is this something that's like we're trending towards this is going to be like this for a while? And then you can start to get ideas for products, brands that you can build around those trends. And you can do it in all sorts of categories. You just kind of got to be aware of what's happening in the world. So if that means, following some influencers on social media, Twitter, Instagram, all those different places, you'll start to pick up on what's trending. Number 2 that I'm going to put up here is Pinterest. Now, I think Pinterest is still extremely underrated. I think a lot of men, especially like me, kind of look at Pinterest as like a female platform and like, oh, Pinterest is for like blogger moms, posting their recipes or Halloween costumes. But Pinterest has a good pulse on what's trending in e-commerce and consumer goods. And there's all sorts of cool articles like the Pinterest 100. These are the top trends. And you can kind of get some really cool data in different categories about what's trending. So like right here, here's an example. Unisex kid clothes are trending up by 119% on Pinterest. Gender neutral names. Now that obviously probably doesn't really apply to a physical product that we could sell, but there's a lot of stuff that does. Unisex nurseries up 527%. Tuxedo dresses up 99%. Like these are all consumer type of goods that you could definitely like build a brand around, right? So you're looking for these keys of what is trending, like what's in. Solar light crafts. And I could click on this. Let me open this and see like what it brings up. So here's all the different pins for solar light crafts. Maybe there's a product that you could create that would serve this type of market. But there's all sorts of cool stuff in here. This article is one of my favorite articles for seeing like the cool numbers of what's trending. Audio rooms are up by 803%, home theaters. So think about it like, hey, home theaters are up by 503%. Maybe I'll come back here to Google Trends, check it on here, home theaters. I don't know if that's how you spell it. Doesn't really look like it's really changing at all on Google. I mean, there's big spikes probably in, let's see, when are those big spikes? I don't know. It's probably not going to let me land right on it. It looks like in July. But at least on Pinterest, it's trending, which means people are posting about it more and more. So maybe there's a product related to home theaters that you could create and sell. I don't know, curtains or foam, studio foam blocks, things like that. And aside from just looking at the like top 200 or 100 trends articles, you can just go to Pinterest. Like just be a Pinterest user. Like start following boards that interest you, that you think like, hey, maybe I want to create like a fitness or fashion brand. I'm going to go start following Pinterest boards related to fitness, fashion, and see if I can get some inspiration for like a type of product or brand that I could create. A lot of brands out there started doing just that, looking at Pinterest, looking at Instagram, and gathering inspiration and realizing what people wanted, what was popular, and found a way to carve out a niche in that market. A third place that you can check is Etsy. Now, I think the Etsy website is actually down right now, which is really strange. Oh, there we go. It wasn't working like 5 minutes ago when I checked. But Etsy is a place where a lot of people will sell handmade products. So people will sell all sorts of handmade goods, and you can get a lot of inspiration for products here that people are maybe hand making that you could mass produce. So I don't know. I mean, I'm just clicking on random stuff here. Here's a wooden vase. And then you can just get an idea for like how many of these are selling. So like these people have 359 reviews, but you could just check different categories up here: jewelry, clothing, home living. Maybe we check wall decor. And we look and see, okay, what's really, really popular right now? What is a product that I think I could make something better or similar, but I could bulk manufacture it and sell it on Amazon? I'll tell you what, with my private one-on-one students, we have found a lot of really, really good product ideas simply from looking at Etsy. Like not even doing Amazon Jungle Scout research, only looking at Etsy, we found some really, really good product ideas. So I definitely would suggest taking a peek at Etsy and getting a feel for what is popular over there. Number 4, and finally on our list, I'm actually just going to put here personal experience. Because I think some of the best product ideas out there, think about the biggest companies in the world or really popular, successful startups that might even be like small businesses. I think a lot of them were born from personal experience. They weren't born from doing Jungle Scout research and finding the perfect combination of numbers and what product was getting demand. I think a lot of them just come from a need that someone finds in the world and thinks, wow, there's really not a good option out there to fulfill this need that I have. I'm going to go out there and make it myself. And then they go out and make an amazing product and they build a huge brand around it. I think that of all of these methods, personal experience is probably the most important one, but it's the one that's most often overlooked. Let me be honest with you. Our brand that we started in the pet category, we didn't start this brand because the Jungle Scout numbers said it was a good product to sell. In fact, if you actually go and look up our product on Jungle Scout and you were to do the research, it would actually give you a score, an opportunity score that Jungle Scout uses of 3, meaning terrible, meaning like low demand and high competition. So like the average person who finds our product doing Jungle Scout research would say that's a terrible product, I'm not going to sell it. And when we started a year ago, it was the same way. Like it wasn't like it was an amazing product. There was opportunity. I definitely used Jungle Scout to validate the idea, but it wasn't like a glowing 10 out of 10 opportunity score. Wow, this is an amazing product. It was more like, yeah, there's people buying it out there. So there's a demand. We can sell it for this price point because I'm looking at the competition. Can I beat the competition? Yes. So we saw the opportunity was there and we went after it. But the idea itself was born out of personal experience, right? It was born from my wife hand making the product. It was born of people asking us, hey, where did you get those for your dog? And my wife was saying, I'm just hand making them. So people would Venmo her to hand make one for their dog. And then, we just kept doing that. We're like, you know what? We should mass produce this. Hence going, looking at Amazon. I had my experience with Amazon FBA, and we were able to build a successful company in less than a year. So I do think personal experience has a huge, huge impact. And the first thing I do on my very first private coaching call with my one-on-one students is I ask them, I say, what do you have personal experience in? Like, forget like going into Jungle Scout and immediately like just searching for random crap. What do you have experience in? Like, what are your hobbies? What are your interests? What do you see an opportunity for? Have you ever just looked around your house and thought, wow, I could really go make this? I was talking to a friend the other day, and I'm not going to talk about what his product idea is, but he had the idea based on an experience that he has all the time. He has a hobby that he really enjoys, and every time he does it, he thinks, wow, I really wish I had this type of product. And so that's where the idea comes from of thinking, hey, maybe I should go out and start a brand around this product. Then you use the tools at your disposal. You use the strategy that we teach to launch your product and your brand using the power of Amazon. And then you scale it up into a massively successful business. So think about these different strategies right here to do your product research off of Amazon. Use them all. Use a combination. Use Jungle Scout. Use all the tools at your disposal. And I promise you, you will have a much higher chance of success if you do your product and brand type of research and strategy this way, using more than one avenue. If you like this video, guys, do me a huge favor. Leave me a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed if you want to learn how to start your Amazon FBA business. You can start and grow a massively successful business in as short as 1 year. 2 years, you can be making double, triple what your full-time income is right now. And I don't care if you're a dentist or a doctor or whatever, whoever you are watching this video. I guarantee that if you have the right brand and the right strategy, you can replace your full-time income. If you have any questions for me, guys, leave them in the comments below. Make sure you're checking the description. I've got all sorts of goodies in there for you guys to check out as well. Once again, I'm Andy. You're watching Learn How. We'll see you in the next video.